Hi everyone, this is Rishi Koirala, Managing Director from MMC HR Group. We are today making a special video. The topic of this video is about the job search for the freshers. What are the challenges they are facing? What are their experiences and what kind of a strategy they should adopt to find a suitable job for themselves in Dubai or UAE larger context. So with me today, Ashia, who has come to search for the job in UAE, and we're talking about her experiences. What are the the mistakes or the errors she has made? One is experience, one are the problems, and what kind of solutions she can adopt to find a job. So based on her experience, we are trying to give a guidance or suggestions for the job seekers who are already here in UAE, or in the future they are planning to make their career in UAE. So that this is mainly for the job seekers, mostly for the who are freshers, or they are inside the UAE, or they are in their home country who would like to come here job search. So let's start the discussion with Ashia. Hi Ashia, how are you?
Hi Rishiza, I'm good. Hi everyone, I'm Ashya and I hope all of you are doing great.
So I would like to understand about your experience. You know what you have dreamed for when you plan to come here. A little bit about your education background and experience, and when you landed here, what did you do? What is the experience so far? What did you have realized?
Okay, so I have landed here around 2 months ago. Before that, I have recently completed my BBA from 2025 in 2025, and then during that tenure only, I have developed a great interest to become an HR manager in some very big MNCs and to work in a global environment like UAE. So keeping that in mind, I was planning to go abroad since really long, and then finally in January I landed here. I didn't expect that the journey would be so hard. Uh, I have applied for almost around 300 jobs, and randomly I have emailed to 100 HRs, and literally I did not receive any response from any of them. After raising so many applications, hardly I got calls for like 5 calls I have received. Then everybody is asking for UAE experience. Nobody is willing to hire fresher. So for fresher, generally the market is very competitive. So I really want to know what is the correct way of finding a job here in UAE. Like, is it just through Naukri Gulf, Indeed? And there's a lot of questions. There are a lot of people who says that references work, but for me, in my context, that even that didn't happen. So, does reference actually work? How is the hiring process being conducted here in UAE, or what is the correct season? An international student should come, job seeker should come.
Great, Ashia, for sharing your challenges and the experiences that you are facing right now. I think this video, or maybe there are hundreds of other applicants facing the similar kind of situation, maybe in Dubai or in different part of the world. The journey for the freshers almost kind of similar experience they have. So fundamentally, when we talk about the getting a job for the freshers, is universally it's a very personal experience. Some people get very fast, some people will take time. It depends. So success is all about, as I also discussed with you, is about preparation and opportunity. When the preparation meets with opportunity, then you get a success, right? So this topic itself is very different for the different individual. Some people easily get the campus placement and then they make a career. Some people don't get through the same journey and have a different experience. So by and large, we're talking about those applicant or the candidate who have struggled, and for those candidates who are planning to come in the future, how this what they should do it,
Exactly.
and what is the better way to find the job opportunity. So it's a very vast topic. There are a lot of element into it, so we'll break it down into the 5 parts. First, we'll talk about what is the job market in UAE or in Dubai. What is the market sentiment, and then second we'll talk about where are the jobs available in right? So we need to know whether the job really exists for you or no. So where are the jobs available in UAE? Now, if there are jobs, then how to get that jobs? How to apply to that job? You need to reach to the company, recruitment managers, how to apply, yeah. And once you apply for the job, then the next process comes like once the HR calls you, how would you face that experience? Because it's the first time for you. What to say? And secondly, most important part in the job search is the resume. How to make a right resume, you know, because as a fresher we are not experienced. We'll see in Google here, there, some people make some good looking resume. We tend to make that. So am I making some mistake on that? What should I do with the resume? So once that is done, then the next part is that how do you face the interviews? Okay, what to say, what not to say, what kind of common mistakes that you guys are making. And once the interview process are done, then the next is about the offer discussion, salary negotiation, because that's where the very critical for the freshers, and then the joining, right? So we'll break it down into this five element, and we'll talk one by one. So the audience, the job seekers will have a very depth of knowledge that they need in the process, right? So first of all, what do you think about the market sentiment? About when you talk about market sentiment, it is about the demand and supply, yeah. So from outside, when you you're coming from India, so from India when you see Dubai, what do you feel? What kind of jobs are available here? Do you think that it's very easily available? What does the fresher think about Dubai? I'm just talking about your sentiment when you think about Dubai. I want a little bit about what was your expectations?
I understand. So, like when I was in India, since Dubai has so many companies, it's a land of opportunities. So, like, I never thought that my journey would be easy, but I did not even expect that even after raising so many applications, I would not even receive a call. So, that is a major setback which I have faced. Like, it is not regarding clearing the interview or not, it is just regarding we are not even getting an opportunity to go for the interview. So from India, like when you are not here in Dubai, you do not know about these many things that this actually happen, because we always see to the people who have already gotten job. And so yeah, we think that it might take a little long, but we
So
will
in
get a
short,
job.
you thought that there are so many job opportunities in Dubai. It's a
Definitely.
land of opportunities,
Definitely,
right?
definitely.
For sure. So from my perspective, also, I've spent around 18 years in this part of the world, around 12 years, doing a recruitment, hiring more than 35,000 people in GCC countries, and largely around last 10 years in Dubai. So my personal experience as an HR and senior management in HR, there are a lot of job opportunities in Dubai, no doubt about it. If you see last 10 years, Dubai has rapidly grown. The growth rate is very high. It is in the center of the world. Therefore, the company across the world comes here. There is no income tax. There is no lot of taxes are there. Therefore, the people from West also come here. Physically, it's in the center, so there are a lot of all the corporates have offices here in Dubai. There's a lot of logistic and warehouse things happening here. The material comes from one part of the world, stored here, and it goes to a different part of the world. So there's a lot of logistic, warehousing. There's a big aviation industry here. There's a lot of hospitality industry, tourism industries. A lot of manufacturing has also started. So Dubai is a land of opportunity. So in a typical workplace depends upon demand and supply. Yeah.
Okay.
So for the freshers, unlike in India, India is a really very big, the job market, which hires a lot of freshers from college and universities, a lot of outsourcing companies, BPO companies, and any number of candidates with the basic English or computer skills can easily get the job. This is not the same industry here in Dubai. So the market sentiment which I'm talking about, so people from outside when they come here, you need to be aware about the industry. So Dubai, if you're talking about tourism and hotel industries, this operates between October to March month. So if you are coming at the March, that means the season is going to over. Therefore, the recruitment is not happening. But in other sectors, it's a 365 days in a year. So throughout the year, there are the demands. So you need to understand which role are you looking at, which industries are you looking at, which sectors you are looking at. That sector does recruitment at what part of the year. Largely from January to all company does the manpower planning, which happens during January month. So, and then they plan the recruitment for the next 12 years. So for sure, for the first quarter, apart from the tourism and hospitality industry, they will start doing the recruitment for the next full years once the manpower budgeting is done. So January to March is the ideal time to come, but not for tourism and hospitality. That is between August to October month. But we're talking about largely all industry, not only depending upon these three: hotel, retail, and hospitality industry. So Dubai and other home country, what is the market sentiment different? If you see from the company perspective, like company in India, if they have to hire a freshers, hiring a fresher is kind of a risk for the organizations, because the kind of mistakes or the kind of a learning period, the kind of training period is required to the fresher, not required in experience. Experienced people will come and from the first day they will start performing. Wherein the company has to invest the time and resources giving a training and all those things for the freshers. Therefore, there are certain degree of risk which the company has to take in terms of hiring of freshers. So for the freshers in India to hire, if in case the candidate is not suitable, they can simply terminate them within the 6 months time period. There is not major investment. There will be some investment but not major investment. But in terms of Dubai, Dubai has to give the employment visa.
Right.
They have to give insurance. They have to make the MOL. And they have to bring the people from overseas, so they have to give a joining ticket in some cases also. So this is a huge cost. Around, let's say, between 5,000 to 8,000 dirham is an initial investment for any company to hire one employee here. Now they are making a big investment, and if in case the hiring is wrong hire, or the freshers when they come they are not able to perform, so they will take time to learn, develop, and assimilate with the company. In that case, the company probably they will struggle because the customers will complain. The time taken to learn and actually perform will take time, and in a lot of cases the candidate may not like the workplace, or the managers doesn't like the employee, and we have to do the we have to then terminate the employee. Either employee resigns, so the company has to terminate, and it is a huge cost to the company. So the company cannot take that risk. Second reason why, because as you know, that Dubai is in the center, almost from all 200 countries across the world, the people are coming and working here. Since last 5 to 10 years, there is a geopolitical situation revolving around the Middle East countries. So all these people from that part of the world also coming here. After the COVID, also a lot of people from Asia, after the economic slowdown in Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Nepal, Pakistan, even in some part of India also during the COVID period, and from the other GCC country, everyone has come to Dubai. So in Dubai market, the demand is less and supply is more. And a lot of people right now also, because it's an international workplace, everyone wants to come here. So the supply is more and demand is less. So when this imbalance happens, the company has an upper hand advantage. And the company in the same salary, if they get experienced people, talented people, why should they hire a fresher? Therefore, for the company, they tend to hire the experienced candidate who has a UAE experience primarily, or more experience than the freshers. Therefore, because of this demand-supply gap, the freshers are struggling to get the job, and nobody is actually taking the risk to hire the freshers in compared to experienced people.
So
right?
what should a fresher do in that context? Like, if not given a chance, how will they get experience?
Yeah, so you might have seen a lot of such kind of a post in LinkedIn, Facebook. Freshers have shown their emotions and their experience. If nobody gives chance, what should fresher do?
Exactly.
So ideally in this situation, what I recommend is we have to do a strategic thinking about that. They need to understand the marketplace. The same fresher who is saying that after 2 years or 3 years, when he becomes a supervisor or manager, he will also not hire a fresher. So that is the reality. The fresher who is saying that, the same thing, when he becomes a manager, he will also not hire a fresher. So that's not a solution, that's emotion typically. But what is the solution for the fresher in this context is, let's say you are in India doing a bachelor degree, I recommend everyone to do a professional courses instead of doing a simple bachelor of arts or some forms. If you have some career plan and if you're doing a BA, if you want to go to public sector, do the BBA. Otherwise, everyone must do a professional course. The day you come out from your college, your university or institution, from the next day, your skill should be employable. Everyone should be able to give you some job, and from the day one, you should be able to do something. Let's say you have done the BCom, then you will become accountant, or you become an internal auditor, a different kind of job roles. If you have done the science, then you will go to the similar field of it, right? So always focused on employability. Wherever after your education, you should get a job. So that kind of courses you should always do. Don't do a generic courses. After doing that, you don't know, you are open to all kind of job, but you don't get any kind of job. No, you need to have a job, educations or professional qualifications. From the day one, you should get a job. So you must focus on your education or technical skill first of all. Now, once you have that kind of education and technical skills, simultaneously during your academic period, please develop the computer skills also. Let's say you are doing a BCom, always do Tally course along with the BCom. If you are doing a BA or MBA, always do the SAP courses, Oracle courses. Now a lot of AI courses has come. So always do the software courses related to the education. The moment you finish your education, education will give you knowledge. Your computer skills will give you the skills. Knowledge plus skills. Now what? You have done both. So at the end of your semester, you are doing a Bachelor of Engineering, Bachelor of any kind of degree diploma. At the end of the semesters, your education's pressure will be a little bit less. You have a little bit of feasibility to do the practical courses. In most of the engineering or professional degree, you will get time period to do the project, or you will get a time period to do the real work experience. What you have learned, you should practice somewhere. So always try to get the, if possible, from from the college university, get the campus placement.
Okay.
That is the fundamental. If you get the campus placement, then you are getting the starting point, first job. Your matter is solved. Always focus on that. Now, if in case you are not getting a campus placement by the end of your education course, what you should do is that you should first primarily focus on doing an internship. Internship is something that, since you are from certain city or wherever you are, there are some companies related to your studies. Okay, so use your father, mother, friend, relatives, all different sources or through Google's, and try to approach those companies and say that I have done this kind of education, this is my theory, this is my computer course, I know Word, Excel, email skill, my computer ERP skills, my knowledge is there. Now I want to come in your company and work as an internship. So work there for 6 months. Whether they pay you single penny or more penny, don't focus about money, but focus on learning. So at least 6 months you work in that particular company without focusing on salary, because that is still a foundational stage where you are learning to become an employee, yeah, resourceful employee. So always go for internship instead of directly coming and working in a company. Focus on getting that 6 months hands-on experience in working in any working company in the same job role that you are looking for job. When you do that, you have got 6 months experience. Even though you may get a small stipend or you may get a bit salary or no salary also, that's perfectly fine. That is part of your learning. The moment you do the 6 months of internship, the same company who is employing you will extend you for next 6 months. Okay, you can discuss with them. Try to get at least 1 year experience with that, because with 1 year experience you have learned most of things. You know about the work process, you know about the company culture, you know about the how to work in a team, how to respond to the client, how to become a resourceful, what kind of transferable employment skills that you need to have. You will learn everything there. How to become an employee, what are the things the companies are expecting from the employee, what are the corporate politics, what kind of client expectations you have, what are the problems on your work, how to solve those problems, how to become a better employee than others. All those things you learn during that 1 year time period. So once you have that 1 year time period where you get small stipend or more stipend depending upon your company and between your dealing, but your focus is not on money there. Your focus is on learning. Okay. So once you have this 1 year experience, you have almost cracked the secret now. While working there, you have to start searching for the job. Because now you have a job, you have education, you have ERP experience, you know everything. Now you search for the second job. In that job, you set a expectation of your salary as per the market. So you need to know what is there in the market and what is you expecting that way. Your salary should not be a barrier. Initially 2 to 3 years, don't put salary as a first bracket and never say salary during the interview because none of the company wants to hire employee who are salary oriented. Okay, everyone's need money. Without money, nobody will work. But don't put salary in the beginning, right? So that's what your strategy has to be in the first phase. So when you come to UAE market, you understand right now. I have explained it to you. So you understand where you are coming. If you are coming for hospitality, retail, tourism, come during September to October month. That is the peak recruitment time. You will get a job. If you are applying for other industries, first quarter is best, but come with experience. Come with the right education, come with the right technical ERP experience, come with 1 year experience there, and come here. If possible, to try to apply from there. If not possible, you come in a visit visa. Now, next, I'll talk about what are the job availables. So, what are the job availables? You can take a help of the education that you have done, the profile, the roles that you want to do it. You can do the research using a chat GPT. You can ask the chat GPT, I have this education, I have this role interest, what kind of jobs available in Dubai? Chat GPT will give you all this. Second, you can go to the Naukri Gulf and search that job role and see how many job positions are available there in last 1 year. You can easily find it. Even the chat GPT itself will give you a lot of information about what kind of jobs available. Yeah, because let's say you have done HR, now you directly want to become HR manager. But the corporate doesn't work in that manner. The corporate works in a different manner. Okay. First, you will get a HR assistant role, or you get a sourcers, recruiters, some junior HR roles. Then you become a senior HR. Then you become a supervisor. Then you become assistant manager. Then only you will become HR manager. So the journey from here to here is almost 6 to 10 years. Some companies 12 years also. Ideally between 5 to 8 years, a person, depending on how much hierarchy the company has. If it's a small company, they don't have hierarchy. You can become after 5 years. But if the big organization where there are 4, 5, 6 ladders to reach to a manager, each ladder needs 2 years experience. You will take 5 to 8 years, 10 years to become a manager. So you need to understand. In my education, always take a guide. Let's say you want to become HR manager. Speak with HR manager who have spent around 15, 20 years in the industry. Always take guidance, and he will give you the actual. So speak with the like-minded people, like professional that you want to apply for, who will give you the insight about the role. Okay, and spend some time with HR managers. Are they really happy on that job? Do you really want to become that? Because if you realize HR manager right now looks fancy, but after spending 18, 10 years of your careers, you see that job is very hectic, there is no way out. So during the freshers, when you plan to take up any role, you need to know about that role. What kind of problems they face? How is their job, work life look like? Are they really happy? What kind of challenges are they? Do you really want to become that role or no? So that is what you need to do the research on. So once you do that research, you use the chat GPT, use Naukri Gulf, use Gulf Talent, use Google's, you will get the insight about whether there are really jobs available or not. How many HR executive, HR fresher jobs available in Dubai in last 1 year? You can ask the chat GPT, it will give you. Okay. Now whether there is really jobs available for HR freshers or not, you can ask chat GPT. It will do the lot of deep search and it will give you the result. And that will give you the help. Okay, this job is not available. So if in case HR job is not available, which job I should apply? Similar job roles, you can target for admin coordinator, you can admin for admin assistant, office assistant, or the coordinator in office, or at least the front desk of office, because you need entry point.
Exactly.
So now your next focus is, if you are not getting the same job role, you focus on similar roles, right? You wanted to become a sales head, a sales manager, but you're not getting a sales, but at least you go to CRM, where you can interact with the customer, learn the process, and then move on to sales after 5, 6 months, because each company will have some requirement within 1 year time period. And if you talk to the HR, if you talk to the manager, sir, I have an interest in that particular thing, I'm learning here. Whenever you have vacancies, I would like to really work with your team. So you can start training me whenever in a free time, during a break, after the shift, speak with the manager, speak with the people, get ready for that role. The moment they have a role, they will accommodate you there. So that's the plan. If you don't get exactly the same professional domain, get into nearby roles. And then slowly join the company, perform there, learn there, and slowly move to that role. So since you have checked in the online portals, you get the job. Largely in UAE context for the freshers, the job that you will get is the reception, front desk, coordinator. Coordinator is a very unique job. Once you go into the coordinator, you can go anywhere. You can go to sales, you can go to marketing, you can go to purchase, you can go to supply chain management, you can go to corporate, you can go to HR, you can go to anywhere in the company. So coordinator is a skill. Anybody can be coordinator. You need to know how to coordinate, how to be polite and nice with the people. You need to have computer skills. You need to know the basic flow of the company, and then you are good to go for the coordinator role. So if you are a coordinator, try to search for the job at coordinator. A lot of companies have a coordinator role here because every company needs a coordinator.
Yeah.
Every department needs a coordinator. So that's a central point. If you're not good in HR, get into coordinator. Learn it and move, join the company and move into the desired role that you're looking for. So that's where use the online medium to find where are the jobs. Now once you know that whatever the desired job role that you're looking for, that is available, next is apply. What is your experience when you come to Dubai market? Where did you apply? How did you apply?
We apply normally through Naukri Gulf, Monster Gulf, Indeed, LinkedIn. We get the HR's email address from the various platforms, and then from there we apply. We also apply through like the normal process, company's website, but responses are very low, very low.
See, responses, as I told you in the beginning also, why response? Because there is a less demand for freshers. Even if the same applicant will be more experienced, the chances are a little bit higher. Okay, so now how to apply? It's very important question. So it depends. In UAE, mostly the companies uh, use a different kind of platform to search for different kind of roles. For the freshers, a low range salary, there are two kind of company. One is a big company, one is a small size company. Small size company don't have a budget of Naukri Gulf because Naukri Gulf charges some amount as a subscription fee to post a job in Naukri, right? So small company who hires 10, 20 people in a year, they don't buy the subscription of Naukri Gulf or Monster Gulf or any paid job portals. So they post all jobs in Indeed or Facebook or free platforms. Wherein Indeed is very much famous right now, as people post in Facebook also. So Indeed is a platform where any employer can go and free of cost they can post. So you have to search in that platform. But those are mostly small companies. The moment it's become a little bit big companies, they have a paid subscription in the job portal. Largely in UAE, if it is an Asian brand, Asian company, they use Naukri Gulf. Okay. Some company also use the Monster Gulf. So these two platforms are used. Now, if you are a little bit of more experience, a little bit of technical profile, use Gulf Talent. That is another job portal where like oil and gas, engineering, or a little bit of that kind of European or a little bit of more skilled people, they are there in Gulf Talent. Bait is an Arabic version where a lot of African, the Arabs or the local company who have Arabs, they use Bait.com. So Bait.com also is very famous over here. You can use that.com also. Apart from that, different kind of industry uses different kind of job portals. There are recruitment agency also. They do the recruitment. So you can search top 10 recruitment agency for white collar freshers. So that those websites also, if you can upload the CV, they might reach out to you also. Another one is for the professional. If you are a professional, then a lot of company uses LinkedIn also. LinkedIn recruiter company will have, and they will search you by LinkedIn. If they don't have a LinkedIn recruiter also, they can search the candidate with the keywords also. In that context, your profile should have the right keywords so that the company can easily search you. So LinkedIn is also very professional, So depending upon who fresher you are, a BA is also fresher, BCom also fresher, BE BTech is also a fresher. So aviation aeronautical engineer is also fresher. Doctor is also a fresher, right? So you need to know which domain you are into, what kind of platforms are being used to search for the job. ChatGPT will give you the handy information on that. And you have to be there. When you are there, how to apply? So basically the recruiter comes to office every day morning at around 9 o'clock, 8 to 9 o'clock in UAE, and they will log in, and there will be a dedicated team who search the candidate for. So mostly they will do in the morning hours only, right? So in Naukri Gulf, like you, there are other thousands of people searching for the job. Okay, so every time you go and edit your profile or refresh your profile will come on the top of the job search. Okay, either you buy Naukri Gulf paid premium, so your CV is always on the top. Otherwise, every day morning between 7 to 8 o'clock, you wake up early and go and update your profile in Naukri Gulf. So what happens if there are 1,000 freshers in UAE market? Every day your CVs are coming on the top because the HR doesn't have time to search all 10,000 people to call one person. They will simply put the criteria, coordinator, HR assistant, or whatever it is, and whichever profile will come on the top 5 to 10, they will get their candidate. So your strategy should be every day morning, dot at 8:30 to 9. In between that period of time, you refresh and edit something in the Naukri Gulf or all job portals so that your profile comes on the top if somebody is searching. If you put your CV in Naukri Gulf and you sit idle and see wait for call, it's not going to happen because a lot of candidates are active every day. They are making a fresh, so their resumes are coming on the top. Your resumes are going down. So even though you are in every platform, but you are not following the right technique, you are not getting any calls. So all job platforms always refresh early morning between 8 to 9 o'clock. Check in the Indeed. You will get always the active positions. So once you find a positions for yourself, apply online. So that is one means. Second, you know the name of the companies. Look out for the people around you who works in that company. So that because every day thousands of people are applying for that job from Dubai also, from overseas also. So for HR in this portal or in his mailbox, he gets 500 emails. He will have 100 different work to do. He cannot completely check one by one emails, even though he will check, but he doesn't have a time, right? So what is the right? Another way also shortcut people use here is that try to find some people who are working in that company and send the CV to them to forward to the HR. So if somebody gives a reference, then HR will have additional advantage that okay, this candidate is known by somebody in the company, then trust factor is more. That's what the reference is always. Reference means trust. If somebody is referring, that person knows that person who is a good person, that's why he's referring, right? So when that comes, then the credibility also comes along with the profile. So reference, if you simply send CV and send everyone, it's not going to work out. You need to find which company to send your CV. So find out the people around in your circle and request them to forward, if possible, to the HR. And if it goes to the HR will receive the call, and the chances of calling you back is very high in that context. There are other means also. The same, a lot of companies HR is there. LinkedIn. So you know the person has posted in LinkedIn or Indeed or something like that. In LinkedIn also you can send the CV to them. Also you can just post a small message, sir, I'm eligible for the apply. When you send the friend request, you have a small box where 200 characters are allowed. In 200 characters, you can just mention your name, age, education, experience, where you have worked, your contact details and email ID, and say, sir, I'm eligible for this job role. Would you be able to see my profile? They can say the profile from LinkedIn itself. They can contact you also. Different means, So this is one of the strategy. You can directly approach the HR. Not ideally suggested, but if you're not getting anything, then that is one way, because the company also needs candidate, right?
Exactly.
So if you are that candidate, then maybe you can reach out to the recruiter of that company who can also help you in that context. So these are the tips that I have suggested you how to apply for the job roles. So reference will also work, but it has to be strategic referencing. Okay, you can send your CV and let them forward wherever, because you are trying, right? You have to try everything in your hand. So you try in the job portal by yourself, you are checking in Indeed and applying every day, you are checking in LinkedIn also applying every day, you are checking in a ChatGPT also. Put your job role, put a code there. I am I am Ashia from India with BBA, age this, education this. I'm looking for a fresher's job in HR in this. What are the jobs available in Dubai? Please check last 3 days job postings and give me the listing. ChatGPT will give you all the job posted in UA in last 3 days similar to your job role and go and apply in that platform. It's very easy and very handy also. You don't have to spend too much time to search in Google. You can just ask the ChatGPT, it will do that job for you. Okay, that is very smart strategy. So this and sending a reference to other people, these are the means that people are searching a job. Uh, Anything you would like to add to that?
No, I think that's it.
No, that's what. So once you apply for the job, the next is like the company will approach you. Okay. So when the company will approach you, first and foremost for the freshers, what companies are looking at is the communication skill. Okay, what kind of communication skills you have. The second is your behavior. How much is the behavioral? They will check whether you are a matured person or not. How do you talk? How does your personality sound like? Are you a person really flying on sky, or you are still grounded? You really know your job, or you simply heard something and simply talking? Whether you know about the job market in terms of salary, in terms of position, in terms of expectations, is it as per the industry or not? That's what the HR is trying to understand. When they will call, they will say, tell me your name, your age, your education, your experience, if you have done any kind of technical qualification or not, what is your salary expectation, how soon you can join, when your visa expiring, da 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 da. This is about checking the profile. After that, they will ask you 2-3 questions just to check whether you are suitable or not, whether your communication is good or not, reading, writing, and verbal communications, whether your expectations, your understanding is aligned or not. So if you really talk very high fly, most of the Genji have this kind of little bit trained. So I request Genji to always be grounded, because the company is the one who is taking the decisions. Now, if you are a super talented person, then you can demand. If you're not super talented person, then it's always be humble with the recruiters, because recruiters, it's on their hand to take a decision whether to consider you or move on to another candidate. So always be humble. If your expectations are, let's say, 5,000, don't say 5,000. Give a range between 4 to 6,000. Okay, because you don't know the budget of the company. If you know the budget of the company, ask the company what is your budget. Now, when you understand the budget, sometimes if you say more, then the recruiter will tend to say, okay, expectation is more, so I'll move on. I'll check another candidate, right? If your expectation is, if you set very low and company salary is high, tomorrow you might be end up paying less salary. So therefore, you keep a diplomatic and be a range, minimum to maximum of that range. This is my expectation. So it depends on my role, what kind of responsibility I will have, what kind of company I'm going to get it. Based on that, we can discuss and finalize. Okay. The moment you said this, then you are open to discuss between minimum to maximum. You might be okay with minimum, you might be okay with maximum. Based on the job roles, responsibility, challenges, working hours, 5-day working, 6-day working, all those are negotiable points. You can discuss that later on. So understand the job market, understand what is that industry, what is that job role, salaries are, what kind of benefits companies are giving. Let's say in the company industry doesn't give accommodation, transport, and you say no, so I need accommodation. It's not gonna work, right? If the industry salary is between 3 to 5,000, 3 to 4,000, you expect 6-7,000, it's not gonna work. So you have to understand what is the industry. You can check that in ChatGPT. You can check that. Try to search at least 20 positions and see what are the salary benefit in that same role. In Naukri Gulf, you will get to know how much salary the market offers you. If you have friends, speak with them. If you know some HR people, they will guide you through with that. So that's where you have to set the right expectations. When you get the call, be humble, be polite, and don't be too much. Sir, please, I need a job. Don't be that much desperate. Don't show that desperations. For sure, you need a job. That's what you are applying for and you are available for. Don't show the desperations and don't be too much demand also. Don't some people are very demanding, So that will also not work. So you have to be a balanced personality. So I'm looking for some good company, good job role, If it is there, then I'm agree to discuss about the salaries. Let's take it forward. So when you do that, it looks really mature. So once you do that thing, then second is about your CV. So because now the recruiter will see the CV and shortlist you. Kindly don't go with the Gen Z trend about CV. Okay, don't put a lot of pictures in the CV, a lot of images, colorful. Don't make all that kind of CVs. A lot of people make image format CV.
Yeah.
You need to understand the companies now in today's world have a ERP software. Okay, even though a small company, medium size, big company, everyone has a ERP software. The software is called ATS, Application Tracking System.
Yeah.
So when you apply online, it has to go through the ATS, Application Tracking System.
Exactly. Most of the CV do not
Yes.
pass the ATS only.
Do you know why? Okay, because ATS system works in a coding or
Okay.
algorithms,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So it has to read your CV, and then there is the recruiter has set a certain keywords to find a suitable candidate to match that requirement. Now that keyword, that the code will read whether those keywords are available in your CV or not. If available, how many times available? Whether in the same age, same education, same criteria, same if it's a recruitment, then how many times recruitment are coming in the CVs, right? So the coding will evaluate your CV, not human being. There is no human interference. The ATS does the coding reading, and ATS will give you ranking, whether you are 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star. 5-star means it's matching 100% to the requirement. Or you can say 20%, 30%, 50%, 100% matching, right? So your CV should have all the keywords mentioned in the job listing. You saw the job advertisement, you saw the job description, and those things are not written on your CV, chances to get shortlisted rare. If the same job keywords mentioned in the job description over here in CV also, chances of getting shortlisted very high. Because who is taking a decision? Coding, computer is taking a decision.
Right.
So you need to modify your CV as per the job requirement. You're applying for recruitment, in your CV should have a recruitment words.
Exactly.
If you are applying for HR operation, your CV should have HR operation words. If you are applying for coordinator, your CV should have words like invoicing, inquiry, quotation, all these things. So that it will match and goes on the top, right? So the coding will read and give the ranking, and on the top it will, when the recruiter will see, he will see the listing. 100 CVs are there, and only the top CVs, 4-5 CV which matches 100% will come between 1 to 5, and he will call only those 5 candidates whose CV is matching with the job requirement, right? And now if your CV which you have made it, if it is an image format, the computer cannot read image, so 0, even though you're 100% relevant. Okay, you put lot of tables, you put lot of images where the words are not readable. Okay, you have mentioned that words, but it's an image format, or a lot of tables are there, so the coding is not able to read it. So what will happen? It will not go on the top, it will be in the list, so you will not get a call. So always best to make the CV in a Word format, in editable, without a lot of image. Just put one picture of yourself, a passport size picture. Rest all editable. Don't use too much tables. Use very frequent, few if it is required, but everything has to be editable. Okay. So whenever you move your cursor from top to down, if everything is getting selected, that means everything is readable. So that CV, if you upload in Word format, chances of getting selected is very high in terms of uploading in an image format or even the PDF format. PDF format is also okay, but ensure that it is 100%. If you select everything on the CV, everything should be selected. If it is not getting selected while you move the cursor, that means some problem with the editing. So that is where you need to make the CV appropriate. Mention what kind of job roles you are applying for, which industry you are applying for. On the top, mention 2 lines. What is your education? What is your core skills? What you have achieved? Why company should hire? In the 2 lines, you mention this thing. Okay, let's say Ashia, BBA graduate with 2 years of experience working in India, have coordination, documentation, communication, MS Excel, and has performed throughout my career, and looking for 1, 2, 3 job roles. On the 2 lines itself, it talks about education, it talks about the role that you're looking for, it talks about what are your core skills where you have worked it. Within the 2 lines, whenever the recruiter sees it, he will find everything that he's looking for. The recruiter will look for you. When they see the CV, they'll look for your age, your education, and there's any gap between or not, and the work experience, what kind of skill set, what was your job roles and responsibility, what kind of achievements you have done it or key contribution that you have made it. That's it. If it is matching with the job role, then he's going to call you. Apart from that, you will see whether salary bracket is the most important thing, how soon you can join, which visa you are in. Those are the things you have to mention in the CV. So if your CV is proper, then there's very high chance. Don't make any error. Most of the time, the Gen Z will make different kind of CVs looking in the Google. A lot of candidates, because Google doesn't have a mind, it will see a lot of things in the online, and it will pick it from there and give it to you. That's the job of that one. So it's a human mind who will see and read it. What is really right for me. Google has 100,000 CVs, but you need to see which one is applicable for you. If you are applying for designer, you put a lot of designing. If you are applying for ideal simple job role, put that simple CV. But if you are applying for advertisement manager, design manager, architect, you have to put design in the CV. You have to showcase your creativity and innovation in the CV. But if you are applying for normal corporate role, no need to show your design and innovation skills. Just be a simple black and white format, normal textual format, put the CV, it will work. So once your CVs, the recruiter will see the CVs, they will shortlist you, they will call you for the interviews. When you go on interview, always be on time. Be 5 to 10 minutes on time. Always wear a professional cloth. White shirt, black formals. Simple as it is. If you have hairs, you know how to be a Western formals. Don't try to play around with here and there. You might like to do it, but don't do that. Just be a plain blue color, navy blue color, black color. Just play around with that only. As a professional, it works for all industries. And be on time. Before you go for interview, you have to prepare for the interviews. Go through the job description, go through the company, go through the employee feedbacks there in the Google also. What is the good about the company? What is bad about the company? What kind of projects has come in the company? What kind of a skill set the company has? What kind of problem company has in that role? And how you can solve that problem. That's it. If you know what is the problem in that job role and what is that you can solve it, khalas, you have cleared the interview. So you need to know that why that company is hiring. Okay, is there some problem which you can solve it based on your previous education, experience, and skills? That's what you are trying to find out. And when you go for interview, before you start with the hiring manager, try to understand what is their expectations. The moment you understand what is that hiring manager is looking for, and focus everything in next half an hour on that part only. If the hiring manager is looking for hardworking, be a hard worker. If the hiring manager is looking for dedicated, showcase your dedication. Wherever in your education, in your family life, in your project, in your work experience, wherever you have shown a dedication, focus that. If a hiring manager is focused on result-oriented people, showcase the result. So understand where the hiring manager is. He looking for team worker? Then showcase the team worker. There are different kind of companies. Some company are focused on creativity and innovation. Some company will focus on teamwork and operational efficiency. Some company will focus on customer service. So if it is the company is looking for somebody who is very much customer centric, very much hospitable, showcase that. How did you showcase that quality in your education, in your home environment, if you have role model, what you have learned from that, and your experience, what you have learned from that. So once you understand, you talk about the same thing in your overall interview, chances of that is getting a positive result is very high. So once you are done with the interview, finally comes salary. Don't ask for salary, always give the range. Try to understand from the company side and try to match it up with them. In the initial 3 to 5 years of your career, don't focus too much on salary. Salary is important, but try to focus where you can learn. When you can learn the process, where you can learn the problems, where you can solve the challenges, what kind of professional people you can work out with. Try to get that kind of that is where you are making a foundation. And if the company has the opportunity to grow, work in that company for 2-3 years. Don't leave company just for money in 6 months or 1 year time period. No, at least work in one company for 2 years, learn there, perform there, grow there. That's a formula for you. Learn, perform, grow in that company. That's the formula. Because whether you work in one company or 10 company, at the end of the day, where you will reach depends. So that's about that. And once you do the salary negotiation and you get the offer letter, always be diplomatic. Always be grounded when you do it. Don't set very high expectations. That's where the core plan is. So that's about it. So you have any questions on that?
No, no, thank you so much. The conversation was really very productive. I hope that our conversation would be very helpful for our viewers also. Thank you so much for giving your time.
Thank you so much, guys. And I will just repeat what we discussed about. We discussed about the problems and challenges. The problem is that freshers are finding not getting a jobs in UAE, and after applying for many job positions also, we are not able to get the job. The solutions are 5-step solutions. First step is to understand the demand and supply, whichever country, whichever place you are going for, understand what kind of requirements there are there. It should match with your education, technical skills. Always have a right education. Always learn the ERP. Always then try to get the campus placement. Otherwise, always do the internship. Have a 1 or 2 years experience in your hometown. Then only come to Gulf. Do not come as a freshers. Do not come without the skill and competencies. Always come with the competency. When you come here, do the research. What kind of jobs are available, and understand what are the salary bands that there. Once you do that, then third step is how to apply. You can search what kind of companies are there in your job role. You can search that in Naukri, Monster, Bait.com, Gulf Talent, Indeed, and LinkedIn. Use these applications, make a proper CV, upload in all the platform every day morning, update it on time between 8 to 9 o'clock, and apply through the references and all the job portals. Be always active. Whenever you get the call, be humble. Don't set a salary expectation very high. Be average. Give them a range. Whenever you go for interview, always prepare. Always understand the hiring manager expectation. Revolve your answer around that only to get the selections. Be very grounded and understand your expectations in terms of salary expectation. Always ask for what you really value and give to the company. With these 5 tips, hopes your journey will become easy in the future. If you have any other questions, you can always reach out to me through my comments. All the best. Thank you.